Wanyanyekevu was laughing unto tears as he hung around them as he spoke. Fast forward. He was so entertained with them that he stayed around for 3 weeks, fast-forwarding and rewinding their time echoes. He wrote the names of the people: Ruby, LZ, Blue, Dexter, Pam, Dee, Susie, Odell, and so many more. They had surnames like Reynolds, Bolin, Roach, Moore, Turner, and Atkins. One day, as he was studying his scroll, he jumped up, and to his surprise he had been surrounded by his descendants all this time and didn't even know it. On that same day, a woman came to Ruby's house. She looked familiar, and he stopped what he was doing to listen in. "Ruby!" the woman shouted as she knocked on the door. Ruby opened the door. "Hey, Cat, what you yelling and screaming about?" Cat said. "Take me to the bait shop. I just ran into a little chunk of change. I'll buy you your Miller High Life, and I want me some 15-year-old old charter." Ruby smiled. "Well, shit, hold on, girl. Let me go put on some shoes." The women entertained Wanyanyekevu as he looked on and laughed as they began to drink and listen to music. He was curious about these two and wondered who this new woman was, so he followed her home. After a few echoes, he realized she was his great-great-aunt, Catherine Roach, who lived nearby on the corner of University and North Madison Street. He played with the time echoes for a bit longer until he was on University and Weiss Street. There, on the corner, stood a greenhouse with an enormous yard. Nervous for the first time, he realized this was his great-grandmother's house through which he was the descendant of Adam, the first man on earth. Catherine Bolin, Eagle Child, or Behitha's great-granddaughter. Wanyanyekevu stood there. "Oh, I see now, Catherine with AC was named after her mother, Catherine with AK." Then he said rewind. Suddenly, a young man was out the house's back door holding a lady's eyes closed with both hands. "Don't look now, Mama," the young man said as they reached the bottom of the stairs. "Now open 'em," as he walked in front of her. "What is it?" she said. He placed his foot on a pedal. "Now you don't have to walk around the yard to hang the clothes on the line. You just put the clothes on the line, as he illustrated, and press this pedal until you come across more space to hang some more clothes." She looked at it for a moment. "What if it's raining, Willie? You trying to electrocute me?" The young man laughed. "Nah, Mama. I didn't think of that." Wanyanyekevu felt someone grab his crotch. He grabbed the hand while simultaneously turning around and saw a beautiful woman with seductive eyes smiling. "Hey, handsome," the woman said as she grabbed one of her breasts and licked it. "You like?" Wanyanyekevu took a step back as he noticed this woman was naked and stood 6 foot tall. Her vagina was vast and bushy, and from her ankles downward was the body of a snake that stretched about 10 feet long. In the middle of the tail, it changed colors, and at the other end, there was a man who was the same height, and they both hovered 3 inches off the ground. She slithered towards her other half, and the man said, "No, succubus, I think he prefers this." He grabbed his penis and rubbed the head of his penis. This creature was handsome with a muscular build and whose penis was long enough to touch his knees and about 7 inches thick in girth. He continued to speak. "This young man needs something that can make his toes curl up." Wanyanyekevu took out his samurai but remembered what Yael had said and put it away. Wanyanyekevu said to them, "What is this?" The woman said, "I'm succubus, and this is my twin brother, incubus. You can have one of us." And incubus, with his baritone voice, interrupted, "Or both of us." Wanyanyekevu said, "I have a wife to be." "No, thank you." Succubus laid down on the grass while rubbing her clitoris. She said, "Crawl on in here and come take this for a test spin. I'm sure you'll like it." Wanyanyekevu himself began getting an erection and said with authority, "No thanks, I'll wait for my wife. I prefer love over lust." Incubus said, "Wife? I can't tell. I see you got yourself a hard-on." He headed toward Wanyanyekevu and wrapped around him. "That husband and wife shit is going to be a thing of the past, thanks to us. We are making hoes and extra hoes only. There will be no such thing as a housewife." He laughed. "Just hoes." he continued. For your people, yes, your people, here on this side of the globe, we had to put special plans in place for you all. You see, we started with slavery, and we put it in the minds of your slave masters to make your penis and vagina larger and bigger, even larger titties through breed techniques we gave them, and they started having orgies, and that alone introduced porn. We seduced them to seduce and rape your people as the years passed. Wanyanyekova said to himself. Gradualism. Incubus continued as he was rubbing on Succubus's breast. Are you sure you don't want just a little of this? Wanyanyekova said. What is it that you want from me? I have no intention of doing anything with the demon. Succubus became angry. You won't, but your people will. Even now, they have us as their spirit husbands and wives. They cannot and will not be faithful to anyone but us. Sure, they will have sex, and they can have sex. We don't give a damn, the more, the merrier, but marriage, no, they belong to us. Incubus interrupted. Many will only be able to get along with each other only during sex and sex only. They will incur cervical cancer, HIV/AIDS, and other incurable diseases. These will spread among them, and even new diseases will only be created and spread among your people. They both said as if they were singing a song. Just a whole lot of fucking going on. Succubus laughed. We will do this while they sleep. Everyone got to sleep. We will cause people to rape your children at an early age, and your children will run to the same sex for comfort. And your men, we will feminize them, and your women shall be masculine to the point that they will not populate anymore, but they will be highly indulged in sexual activities with each other. Hoes, just hoes, more hoes everywhere. Incubus and Succubus laughed at Wanyanyekova and began having sex with each other as he stood there. Wanyanyekova became immensely angered by the statements and actions of the two, and he called on Nshika. Nshika, son of Sabaoth, I am but a man and have no power against such a creature. I call on your name and your power. Wanyanyekova pointed to the demons. In the name of my Redeemer and Savior, in the name of Nshika, I rebuke you. The two had quickly disappeared, and Wanyanyekova cried,